movement as it is today and what I think is imperative for us to do as a movement and my support of Nick Branya and the Draft Bernie for a People's Party effort that is taking place as we speak. Now, for those of you who watch Democracy Now!, you saw Nick Branya and Cornel West on this morning, where Cornel West has come out in full favor of the Draft Bernie for a People's Party movement. I think that that moment alone was pretty powerful. Cornel West wrote an article in The Guardian where he laid out his rationale for why he was going to support his brother, Nick Branya, in the Draft Bernie for a People's Party movement. And, you know, obviously at Real Progressives, we support progressives wherever they are. We're not tied to a party. We're not tied to, hello everybody, we're not tied to a particular candidate. We're not tied to, any of that stuff. So we are free to support who we want, when we want, how we want, and we're free to kick people when we want, how we want, whenever we want, because we try to retain our independence. And there's a reason for that. Obviously, in order to be a truth teller, you've got to be free to tell the truth. And that is literally my entire goal in my own personal activism. Now, there are two things at play here. Number one is Real Progressives as an entity. Real Progressives as an entity is far larger than Steve Grumbine. However, Steve Grumbine as an activist has a right to speak his voice. So I want to say unequivocally that after having spoken with Nick Branya, after being a part of the Progressive Independent Party coalition, after being a part of the push to try to get Jill elected or to 5%, and after having voted and ran hard for Bernie during the primaries, I have become more convinced than ever that not only is the Democratic Party not salvageable in any way, shape, or form, but I'm also equally convinced that the Green Party as it stands today needs help. And it's not going to be able to just get there on its own as it stands. That's my belief, and I'll tell you why. In order to win an election, in order to really, really win an election, you've got to have the people that are not deep thinkers able to pull the trigger and pull the lever for you. You've got to have the people that are not terribly smart, even, quite frankly, or not terribly politically astute. The people that don't have great activism, genes running through their body. These people that are, the casual voters. They vote, they take it seriously, they want to vote, but they probably pick up the Washington Post or they, watch CNN, MSNBC, whatever it is that they do in their spare time. They're different than us because we are politicos. We dig into the truth. We're all about learning about it. We want to save the world. We want to save the planet. Now, it goes against our very nature to dull the tip of the spear, to allow lesser vessels, people that are not really knowledgeable about issues, to have a say in the thing, to even really be a part of it. And that's why the Green Party got 1% this last go-around. Very, very passionate people. Very, very knowledgeable people. Very, very good, real progressive people. But 1% isn't even a good, angry student council. In order to make the kind of change that we need to make as a nation, we even need the zombies to be a part of us. Even if they just fill in the spaces on the map, even if they're just placeholders, we need even the low information voters to feel like it's safe, the sheeple. We need the people, the sheeple, we need those people, unfortunately, to be able to pull the lever to get anywhere. And without a massive movement, we're not going to do it. And I'm telling you right now, having been a part of that extreme left and feeling good about it. When I say extreme left, I'm not talking about extreme left at all. In America, it equals extreme left, which is pathetic because it's really centrist for around the world, right? But the fact of the matter is, I don't have time to dick around. You don't have time to dick around. I really believe our planet is nearing an event horizon if it has not already passed it. I believe in my heart of hearts that people are dying today because they don't have single-payer health care. And I believe that people are dying today because they're insolvent. They're financially non-viable. Economically non-viable human beings tend to commit suicide, okay? So I am not willing to be edgy so that they can die. So what I'm looking to do is create a momentum. I'm willing to work with a team that is willing to build a momentum. And as I've watched Cornel West now endorse the draft Bernie for a People's Party movement, having interviewed Nick Branya twice, having spent hours on the phone with him and having met him live in person, having grilled him and drilled him with my questions and my concerns and my fears, etc. I understand that Nick is not trying to get Bernie Sanders to run for president. That's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to leverage the most popular politician in the land to pull the masses out of the carcass that is the Democratic Party and to create a people's party, our party, the Progressive Party, with this coalition on the left that would serve the Green Party, that would serve all of our needs. The progressives on the left would have that presence instantly, and it would kill the beast. It would kill the Democratic Party, literally, with one fell swoop. And that, my friends, is something to get excited about. I am so tired of people talking to me about anger and rage with no fucking solutions. They got no solutions. And they want me to be that tempest in a teapot, running around like the Tasmanian devil, without any kind of solutions. And I'm not going to do it. First of all, amongst MMTers, I'm an economic small guy. But in the rest of the world, I understand the truth. And so that's why I fight for economics. They're open to this stuff, guys. They're listening. They want to know. They have the same desires. They want the New Deal. They want a Green New Deal. They want this. And you can't get it with a hearty band of 1%. You can't get it with that small a crew. We need a massive movement. We need to recreate the massive movement of progressives who believe. And let's be fair, folks. I've got scars on my forehead from banging it against a wall for these vote blue sycophants that won't leave the party because that's home. That's what mom did, that's what grandpa did, and that's what we all do. We vote blue. We vote blue no matter who. And the only way to get past the Democrats and destroy that party, literally burn it to the fucking ground, the only way to burn it to the ground is to create a viable alternative outside of that. Now, I support the Greens, so we're on the same page here. The only thing that they've got wrong is they just don't understand economics. They're really, really horrible at economics. That makes the Greens have their issues. But I am very solidly in support of the Greens minus their horrific AMI version of economics. I mean, it's awful. So whatever party I align with must be economic giants. They must understand economics in a way that makes all of these things come true. That's the only way I'll support a party in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, I'll stay fiercely independent. But any party that spouts off stupid neoliberal economics like Bobby Reich does, or bad economics like the Green Party does, I can't do it. So when I heard about the draft Bernie for a People's Party, and I got to meet them and talk to them, etc., Nick Branya has asked me point blank, he goes, listen, Steve, we need that. We really do. We need to talk through that. We need people bringing this stuff to the forefront. We need to keep doing what you're doing. We need to keep pushing economic truth out there because the people are suffering and they need this. To me, folks, I do this 7 days a week. I don't even have a tin cup out there banging away. I'm telling you, I believe in this so strongly that every day I wake and go to sleep thinking about this. And now all of a sudden, the credibility of Cornel West endorsing Draft Bernie comes in. Folks, that's huge. That's bigger than you can imagine. Cornel West, Brother West, who campaigned for Jill, who didn't follow Bernie into the Democratic Party and doing that, who is literally saying, hell with that. And I'm hearing, and I don't have this on record, but I'm hearing that Nina Turner last month left the Democratic Party. Fact check me on that, folks. I don't have my facts on that one. That's what I'm hearing. You see some things falling in place? Maybe. Josh Fox, for all his warts, is supporting that. I can't, it's unfathomable to me to see Hillary Clinton as even remotely decent. But, and I don't, she's an evil person. Wretched, disgusting. I fought with every ounce of my heart against her. But Josh Fox is a powerhouse in the environment. And Josh Fox knows his shit when it comes to what he's talking about. And Josh Fox is a friend of the movement, even if he supported the shill. He has signed on for this. See, this is not about perfect. This is not about 100% alignment. I have not met anyone that I'm 100% aligned with. Not one. If I sit there and tell you what I stand for and somebody says they're 100% with me, I'm going to scratch my head and say, are you for real? You really believe every single thing I say? Really? Now, if you talk in economics, you'd be on the right path there. But as far as the other stuff, I mean, there are my opinions, right? We're talking about opinions. So there's people have different opinions, but they all are fighting for the same damn cause. So the only way to suck these Democrats out of the Democratic Party and kill that party, not even in a mercy killing, I'm talking about a public freaking execution, is for something like Draft Bernie to pull them out of the party. That's it. And Bernie Sanders is simply the vehicle. Folks, you're not voting for Bernie Sanders. This is not an election. Do you understand that this is about creating a people's party? Now, Bernie has a 40-year track record, whether you like it or not, of fighting for these things. And if he leaves that party, this is huge for us. I mean, freaking monstrous. But if he doesn't leave, we've got a coalition so massive, so strong, so unbelievably ready to take on the establishment. How can we lose? And then we can primary, then we can go after with gusto the incumbents that have been destroying our world and destroying our lives. I believe in Nick Branya. I believe in Cornel West. And I believe in this Draft Bernie for a People's Party because I've taken the time to dig in. Now, is it going to work? Hell if I know. Hell if I know. I mean, don't ask me. I don't know. What? It was Ozzy Osbourne said that, right? You can be aligned with the Greens. That's great. We're all aligned with the Greens. I'm trying to get the Democratic Party to die. The Green Party has not been able to kill the Democratic Party. Be aligned with them, but let me just tell you point blank. I am telling you right now, without the zombies in the freaking Democratic Party doing a mass exodus, following Moses through the Dead Sea, getting the fuck out of there, You can be as angry as you want, and you can be aligned with the Green Party as you want. Guys, I love a Jamu Baraka. And trust me, if the man runs, I'm voting for him. You see how that works? This is not about that. Get your feels out of there and realize we gotta put the leech on the wound and suck the poison out. And the poison is in the Democratic Party. It isn't outside here, folks. Do you understand? What? Hey, you voting green? Yeah, I'm voting green. How about you? Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, great. Let's have a party of two. Let's hang out and be buds. We need to suck these guys out of the party. Do you understand this? This is not even about you. It's not even about me. It's about the zombies that can't think for themselves, that need somebody to lead them. They need a leader. Where's my leader? I got to find a leader. I need a leader. And damn it, this is genius. Fucking genius. I'm talking genius. Like, I'm so into this, I can't even put words to it, genius. I am so aligned with everything the Green Party says, minus a couple things like their terrible AMI economics, that it's not funny. So when you pull together a People's Party, and that includes the Greens, and that includes all these other ones, you build this coalition People's Party, well, you're going to have all the same shit right there, ain't you? The only difference is you have a shot at changing things. I don't want to just be living with my fist in the air. Doesn't your arm get kind of tired? You know, you want your fist in the air, but I want to friggin' see action, and I want to see change. I don't want to just be angry. I want to win, for fuck's sake. Don't you want to win? I mean, win, like bigly winning, right? I want to win so big. I want to look at my kids and I want to hug them and kiss them and tell them, guys, we did it. We fucking did it. We took down the establishment for real and we meant it. And we followed somebody and something that was an idea. And you know what that idea is? Hashtag not me, us. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Not me, us. This is not about, it never has been about that. But for the people that need a shepherd, for the people that need a shiny star to lead them to the promised land, I'm not going to deprive them of it. As long as I get what I want, which is what I want, is a People's Party that is focused on delivering the progressive ideal. That's what I want. I don't want to just be angry and say, yeah. Yeah. Think about it. What is your goal? Do you just, well, my arm's getting pretty strong with the left arm. Is it okay to do left arm fist in the air or right arm fist in the air? Which one do I do? Maybe I'll just do both. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is this. We need to kill the Democratic Party for a People's Party, be it green, yellow, pink, or blue. Not blue. Blue's already dying. Blue is dying because it's lack of oxygen. We're going to kill it. We're going to put the friggin' donkey down for good. And that's the point. The Greens cannot do it alone. I love them. I'm telling you, hear me loud and clear. This is a coalition of all of us who have a fucking brain. This is a coalition to bring about the change that we need. Guys, I am not going to die like my father did without solutions. I'm here to be a part of the change we need, and I'm asking you all to consider it as well. I'm telling you right now, I'm watching Erikel Bloss fighting and fighting and fighting for for her Progressive Independent Party idea. They're catching people up left and right in a coalition there. Nick is part of that coalition in his own way. Nick has got something else he's trying desperately to do right now. And guess what? He hooked the big fish in Cornell. Why is Cornel West not with the Green Party? Why is he supporting Nick Branya's version of this? Because Brother West knows that without all those other voters that are not deep thinkers, that maybe are scared to try and walk on the wild side, we ain't getting anywhere. I mean, nowhere. Not anywhere at all. I want to see the pitchforks and the torches out in a political revolution with a brain. Not just a bunch of angry mobsters that don't know their ass from their elbow, that are just raging and angry and getting nowhere fast. We need an intellectual, a sapiosexual revolution. That's what we need. And this is what we got here, folks. Brilliant people considering the way history is operated. Brilliant people considering what killed the Whig Party and how the Republican Party came to be, and considering all these different factors that have shown, even in a first past the post set, how to win. Nick has done the research. He's put together the strategy. He's got a great ground team. I love their team. And as an individual, I very much support what they're doing. Like, I feel so, I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about tonight because I planned on having a guest, wasn't able to work it out. So I was like, well, I don't want to let my 8 o'clock slot go. And this has been on my mind all day long since I saw Nick with Cornel West. And let me tell you something. Cornel West is a hero to me. And if you've never had the opportunity to meet Nick Brogna in person, you've never met a more humble, more thoughtful, more gentle man in your life. Maybe Stephen Hale in Australia. He fits that bill in my mind too. But Nick is the genuine article. I'm telling you right now, just a little story so you understand. Before the election, I had someone named Ida Martinak coming to me. And Ida supports Nick. And she kept saying, Steve, I really want you to talk to Nick. Steve, I really want you to talk to Nick. Steve, I really want you to talk to Nick. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And for whatever reason, it never took place. I was too busy. He was busy. I was busy, whatever. It didn't work out. And then started heating up as we headed into Occupy inauguration. And then I got to meet him. And he was like this cherubic guy with a smile that let me know that he was this genuine article. Doesn't have a lying bone in his body. I shook his hand and I was like, this is somebody who I'd like to partner with. This is somebody who I'd like to, in some way, shape, or form, help. And you know what I like also? I talked to Nick and I told him point blank, I said, I don't want to enter into any more partnerships with anybody that doesn't respect my activism as well. Economics is king. Without it, there is no progressive revolution. And you know what Nick said to me? Nick said, Steve, I don't want to be that partner. I want to support your world too. I want to support that because we need that for what we're trying to do as well. Do you hear me? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I don't give two shits where the ship goes as long as it's progressive true north. As long as the economics of reality is leveraged to produce a progressive agenda. That's what I care about. Last night, if you heard my live stream last night, if you didn't, please do listen to it. I don't normally say, listen to my live streams. But last night, it was a good one. It was important. It was the difference between ideology and truth. And folks, I've been in a couple things. There's been a couple publications out there. Folks, I swear on my life, I live and die by trying to be a truth teller. That's my goal, is to be a truth teller. Because I despise gaslighting. I hate lying to the point where it like infuriates me. And this movement right here needs truth. And what Nick is trying to do and his relationship and willingness to elevate those who are in trying to fight with him, I support it 100%, 1,000%. You know, I don't know if this will be successful, but I do know this. If we don't try it, we will not be successful. I can assure you, there's a saying, scared money don't make money. Well, in this case, scared progressives don't ever win shit. They don't. I got to tell you, there's some trolls out there. And then there are some people that genuinely just don't like Bernie anymore. They got burned, they felt singed, they felt betrayed. He didn't fight against the election fraud. He didn't sit there and denounce Hillary and her neoliberalism. He sat there and said some things that were awful. He sidled up with the Russia stuff. He sidled up with all kinds of things, saber rattling with Syria, you name it. And that was extremely disappointing. And when I talked to Nick said, it's extremely disappointing. This is kind of like it's kind of like heckling Bernie. It's kind of like heckling the guy. Hey, Bernie, come on out here and join your movement. Your movement's not in the Democratic Party, Bernie. Why don't you come on out here and join your movement? I love it. It's just got enough ass in it that it makes you feel like, all right, just enough of an asshole moment there, right? Just enough edge to make it realize that you're not giving and you're fighting. And I dig it. I dig it big time. So you don't have, hold on, I'm not all pro, still. Yeah, this is none of this. I hope you hear me. This is not about electing. This is a party. This is about a people's party, and this is about a shepherd guiding the flock out of the dying carcass of the Democratic Party. For those of you already outside the party, might I suggest you've already done your part? Okay? Now, if you want to help out, go to their thing, draftbernie.org. Volunteer. This is about freaking fighting back and not accepting bullshit. This is about saying, hey, it takes all of us to make this shit happen. The Green Party can get behind this just as much. It's in their best interest to help drive the stake into the heart of the vampire that is the Duverger's Law vampire of the parasitic freaking Dorian Gray body of the Democratic Party. It's in their best interest as well. Kill the beast. Take down the duopoly. Here you go. Stake in hand. Drive that sucker into the heart of this thing and kill it once and for all. Yeah, I can do my Bernie Wall Street speculation talk, right? But that's not what this is about. It's about you and I. It's about our children. It's about taking down the demon that is the friggin' parasitic, disgusting, neoliberal, corporate, murderous Democratic Party and providing the people a safe landing point. That's what it's about. So, with that, consider this my personal endorsement of Draft Bernie for a People's Party. Real Progressives as a whole does not endorse because it's fiercely independent and supports progressives wherever they are. But Steve Grumbine does. So with that, I am Steve Grumbine with Real Progressives. Hoping you guys have a great night. Thanks.